politicians like Jeffrey Archer, Lord Archer, going to prison, Lord Black, soon to be going to prison. So, you know, we're very famous for things like that. So I want to say to any of your local celebrities who may have been in prison recently, that actually not to worry, because people will still remember you when you come out. And when we're all dead and gone, people will still watch your videos, whether they're music or whatever they are. Now, we're very lucky in England to have the royal family. The Queen has been on the throne for 54 years, an astonishing 54 years. She's done a wonderful, wonderful job. Yes, she deserves a round of applause, I think. Of course, it's a family business. Hasn't always gone terribly smoothly, like all families. You know, they have a bit of a problem. I mean, you know how it is at Christmas when you go home and those relatives that you never really want to see again and you have to see every year come to the table. It must be a little disturbing when they're princes and princesses. But nonetheless, she's done a wonderful job. And we've got a little reminder of her in this next song. Way back in 1939, when the threat of war was imminent, the British government, in its wisdom, decided to send a great many young people, that is to say children as young as 4 and 5, away from their parents, off overseas to Canada, Australia, and some even into the United States. Thank you very much for that. To be looked after during the war years, because it was thought that the Blitz would destroy all the major cities. And so these poor kids were wrenched from their parents and sent off to goodness knows where. And in 1940, the Queen, then just called Princess Elizabeth, she was only 14 years old, broadcast to those children through the airwaves of the BBC. I'm sure you all know what the BBC is. It's the British Broadcasting Corporation that brought us such wonderful artistic programs as Monty Python and Fawlty Towers. In England, we stand up whenever the name BBC is mentioned. Anyway, back in 1940, Princess Margaret, the Queen's sister, accompanied her to this radio station, and the two of them broadcast to the children of the Empire. And it's their voices that you'll hear in the middle of this next tune. This tune is a wonderful tune composed in 1938, I'll Be Seeing You. And it didn't have instant success. It was in a show that closed after 2 weeks. And they decided to resurrect it during the war, and in fact every major artist of the last 50, 60 years has pretty much recorded this wonderful, wonderful song. It has words that actually talk about being apart and yet thinking of the other person wherever you happen to be, whether you're under the moon, whether you're in Paris or in London, or perhaps on the front somewhere. You can look at the moon at the same time and think about each other. It's a very, very romantic notion. And people used to think about their loved ones in that way, and sometimes their husbands and wives too. This wonderful set of words actually refers to the city of Paris in the middle, and you'll hear at the beginning of the arrangement there's just a little reference to Paris. But I want to tell you that it is not Miss Hilton, it is a city which happens to be the capital of France.